This is WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM. And we have with us on WZRD Pandit Debashish Bhattacharya. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Pronounce your name.
Yes, of course. Of course, you did it very well.
Thank you. First of all, how did you start in your art, your craft as a sliding guitar, playing the sliding guitar? What other instruments do you play?
My family comes from a traditional Indian classical singers family. So they belong to Gwalior and Uttar Pradesh, Itawa Gharana. So their family started music practicing and Sanskrit writing. They were poets, they were literature writers from 15th century. So when I was born, in my household, there was a slide guitar. Somebody gave it to my father to keep it. So from that, my father kept that slide guitar at home. But when I was 2 years old, my father gave it to me as a toy. But I played it and I loved it.
Your father didn't play it?
My father was a singer. He didn't play. My mother was a singer. They didn't play. But they let me play. And then I really liked playing slide guitar at the age of 2. And
did you have a teacher?
No, not yet. 3 years I played the slide guitar, and I played for All India radio station live music before I got a teacher.
So you just learned to play by ear?
Play by ear, yes.
You didn't learn to read music either?
No.
After you got your teacher, did the teacher teach you to read music with the
I started reading music at the age of 5. But our music is this is by generation. Our music is learned by oral tradition. Like I sing da 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 da, then my son sings da 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 da. In between there is no writing. Or da pa da 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 da. I hear it, then my sons sing it da 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 da. So it is just by hearing, copying the voice, copying the music from the brain, and then sing from your mouth, from your vocal cord. This is the tradition of Indian classical music. But also we studied reading and writing as well when we grew older.
So all these compositions, they are, at least some of them are transcribed, this music, right?
Yeah, some of them are transcribed, yes.
But a lot of it is just passed on through listening and memorizing.
Yes.
What about recording? It's really important. This is beautiful music. If the audience isn't there, and then nobody's after it's been played, it won't get listened to again unless it's recorded.
So basically, this music started from 7th century when there was no recording facility available. Then during 12th century, there was a revolution. Even then, the music got little changed, but there was no recording. It turned into it turned into 15th century when Mughal king, 16th century Mughal kings were in India. Even then, the music started music started changing a bit, but there was no recording. The recording in India started during European age, which is 1905, 1895, 1905, 1910, 1920. That was the first time in India the music recording has started with a British company called EMI HMV. And that is the first time our great performers, great legendary artists were being recorded, and then people in general could hear them in radio and in um, uh, turntable.
Wow. Eh, these recordings, I saw some of them of your performances on YouTube. Where could people get these recordings, especially the old ones? Because that's so interesting when they just started getting recorded.
Yes. So what is nowadays we are doing that, the recording, whatever old recording we are receiving from somewhere, we are putting in YouTube so that people can listen and the culture and the art can survive, and new generation can see what was the old generation's idea of music, art, and culture. That is called legacy. And that legacy, I have been very fortunate to have my legacy from my families and also the legacy from my gurus, the teachers who taught me many varieties of diversified music and art and humanity also. Without a simple and strong humanity, music and art doesn't exist, and so music um, is a part of innocence. Without innocence, the music from the brain doesn't touch your heart. So that is those things we have received from legacy from our gurus, and recordings are now available.
In other words, they need to have that purity, that innocence. If it's adulterated, then there's no longer that the innocence. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah.
Also, those recordings, the very old recordings, are the studios able to master them, digitalize them? Just make
Yes.
mhm. Yes, that's important. When you were young, so you were you a prodigy, or when you started learning at 5 years old from a teacher? What about your fellow students? Were they as young as you were, or were they older?
My students are older, but I was very young to start music.
Mhm.
People think about my uh, prodigy, but I think I was blessed with my parents' uh, guide and their kind heart, and their talents, their intelligent musical intelligence I have inherited from them. That is most important.
Did you hear them singing at home? Did they practice a lot at home?
Yes, yes,
What about when they performed? Were you allowed to go and watch them perform?
yes.
That helped you a lot then in playing the slide guitar?
No, nobody played slide guitar. They were singers.
Uh-huh. I
So,
understand. But the way that you started playing some music that you like, did you start playing the songs that you enjoyed of your parents?
yeah, yeah.
Did you watch anybody, did you see anybody else playing the slide guitar when you were so young?
No, but later when I started learning Western music on slide guitar, then I saw many, many uh, good slide guitar players, but they didn't play Indian classical music on slide guitar. They played modern songs, film songs, contemporary compositions, or Western numbers.
So you were the first then to play.
Yes.
When did you get recognized for bringing your culture to the world stage?
When I got the recognition,
Yeah, when was the first time that people recognized that you have this special niche of playing traditional Indian music on a slide guitar?
at the age of 4, I played live in All India Radio, and all over India, people heard me playing
Mhm.
uh, slide guitar, Indian ragas as a child. And that was the first, because that program probably heard by millions of Indians. That is the first time. And then in um, 1984, I was 21 years old. I received uh, President of India gold medal by winning All India Radio competition. That was a competition of around few 100,000 competitors, and I came first.
Wow. When you played on the radio, how did you get that opportunity? You were so young. Who introduced you to the radio?
There were few people who knew what I am doing, so they told All India Radio that this is a new talent. You can try and see how he does. So they asked me to come and play a little bit. So I came for the rehearsal, and then this they thought, wow, what is this?
So you auditioned, in other words.
It was not audition, it was just a rehearsal
Oh, oh,
for the program.
oh. So they didn't even listen to you first, and they just put you on the show.
Yeah,
Did you have any stage fright? You were so young. Did you know anything about stage fright or no? You
I
were
was I just sat and play how I play always.
you enjoyed it so much.
Yes.
Mm. What were the different periods of your career? So there was this childhood where you started to play and learn more about playing. What was the next period?
Next period was I left Kolkata, my hometown, and I studied for 10 years in a different town, very far from its other part of India. And I lived with my guru, or whatever you call teacher or guru. I lived with him like, like samurai training or kung fu training. You get to opportunity to live with your teacher in a temple for many years, and then you get your guidance and practice for hours after hours. Sometimes I practiced 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day. And I got the training for 10 years. And after that, I was ready for a next level of performance for public, for people.
When you trained with your guru in the beginning, did he teach you, or did he teach you patience first?
No, he taught me by singing. I started. I was already master of my instrument. I created that instrument, Chaturangi. Already was a master of that instrument.
At 4 years old.
Yeah.
Did you accompany your parents singing with your slide guitar, or anyone else?
No.
Oh. Did you?
I was always a soloist.
Oh. What about later in life? Did you ever accompany a singer?
Yes.
Okay.
I accompanied my guru.
Ah. Great. And did the two of you perform together in public?
Yes.
Yes.
My guru Pandit Chakravarti is a very famous singer. So I have accompanied him many nights when he needed somebody to accompany him. I accompanied him, and he loved it.
Do these singers and your talent as a slide guitar, did you get involved in any Bollywood films?
No.
Did anybody ever ask you?
Asked, but I didn't have time
Oh.
because I am teaching, I am touring for concerts, I am composing my own music, I am making my new albums, I am creating my own instruments. I have created so far 4 slide guitars in India.
Right.
So it takes a lot of time of your life, and you cannot do so many things in so many direction uh, for people when you have so many directions already in your hand of your own life, on your own music, own creations. So I didn't do anything for Bollywood.
But would Bollywood have been more? Was there more income in Bollywood, or not necessarily?
No, it is not necessary because you know, Bollywood is a different place.
Mhm.
It has lot of money
Mhm.
and lot of fame related to the film.
Mhm.
But in my case, my creations and my music, my way of musical style I have created, they are like film in my life. I am happy with my film of my life.
Mhm. Is it how does it affect your hands playing? Do you have to take care of your hands so that they could keep on playing? Is there any risk of injury?
I had some injury after I got uh, after I traveled so much, played so much. But when I went home, I have taken care of that injury, and then I have started playing again.
What about when you sit and in that kind of a lotus position with the slide guitar on your legs? Does that affect your if your legs because you're in that position for a long time? Does it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it hurts.
yeah, it does.
It didn't hurt when I was young, but
Uh-huh.
it hurts now.
How do you address the hurt? Are you able to do some exercises
Yes,
to
yes,
ease the
yes.
pain?
Yes, I do. I do exercises.
So walking is not enough. It has to be some exercises.
Yes, stretching exercises, walking,
Mm.
and doing some opposite directional exercises.
Mhm. Do you have to, what about yoga? Do you add any yoga to it?
I don't do the physical yoga, but I do internal yoga with music.
Oh, what is that?
Uh, that's a training my ancestors has trained me. This is not available in the market.
I understand. So internal yoga, does that train the musical sense or does it train the mind and
It's
concentration?
a it's a it's a musical yoga. It trains your body. It relaxes your. It trains your mind. It relaxes your body muscles and central nervous system, and then it also helps to dissolve pain.
Mm. Does it help your music, the internal yoga, do you feel?
Yeah, yeah.
When you compose, where do you derive your inspiration?
From music itself
Mm.
and from my life also.
What do you mean from music then?
The music I have heard, I have listened from my early childhood, all the music. Probably I have heard hundred of thousands of minutes of music, different music. And I do have those in my memory chart. And some of the music inspire me to create some of the music.
In other words, you put together like different parts to create something
No,
new.
no, 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 no. It is not like that. Like that is a copy paste. That's a download and copy paste. That is not a creative idea. So creative idea is like I hear a just like I hear you saying, Debashish, don't go there. So I heard you when I was a child. Now at the age of 40, I thought, okay, let me write a poetry where I start writing, Devashish, don't go there. And then I add, if you go there, you will not find me. You come here. I'm in the tree. I'm in the jungle. I'm in the river. You will find me. I will be waiting for you. So now, from that one sentence, I created many sentences to make a poetry. Now, from on that top of it, I put a song like Devati, don't go there. You come here. I am in the tree. I am in the jungle. I am in the water, in the river. You find me here. That is a song. So a
Okay.
composer, I am a composer as well. So I compose starting from one point. But whatever I compose, I start at some points. Somebody has already may have done it in this world. Because wherever you are and wherever I am, wherever rest of the people are, we are breathing the same air. All our thoughts are in the air.
So when you compose, you do that, and do you derive it from derive songs from nature as well? It seems as if what you just
Yes.
and your parents when they sing their songs, were those songs from cultural history? Was it from nature?
Yes. We have learned many compositions also. We learned many compositions also. The compositions we learned in our childhood, we still sing and perform them. And musical studies of them enhance our musical ability to compose, to improvise. Yes, of course.
I spoke with another Indian artist before, and she mentioned that in her village, they use music to spread the news. They didn't have newspapers, they didn't have other media, but they every so often they gathered together and sang, and that kind of spread the news to the rest of the village. Is there any of that in your parents singing and in
No,
no?
no.
Mhm.
It's a different cultural activity.
What about religion? Do those songs have anything to do with religion?
Of course, though we are Hindus, we are from Brahmin family for many generations, and our music is considered as our religion.
Uh, so what about now? Your work with the slide guitar. With your family, would anyone say that your music is also religion?
My family, my children are learning music and performing. My son is a slide guitarist. My daughter is a singer, and she works with the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra, and she is Indian classical and Western and jazz singer. So they also think about music as their religion.
What about the Spirit of the Soul? That new album, is that considered so that is religion as well, a little bit of it, or totally?
Yeah, it's of course it's a religion. It's a soul touching activity. Is should be considered as a religious activity. But when we talk about religion, what is religion? That is the first question. So religion is not something you practice in the temple or mosque or in church. Religious is not something that you just sit with meditation and say some chanting. That is not religion. That is a practice of some people who doesn't think beyond this they have anything to do in life. But when you or me or anybody else try to practice something to do every day better, to do everything much better than whatever they have done in the past, when they strive to keep on doing that for whole life, that practice becomes religion.
In other words, what you're kind of saying is that your parents and your and you're always striving to make better music. So in a sense, that's practicing religion too. You're trying to make yourself better.
Of course.
Spirit of the soul. The soul is already like the
Sound,
spirit.
sound of the soul. Sound of the soul.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So what is what started it and what is the sound of the soul then?
Sound of the soul is a pure classical, Indian classical music which I played on my slide guitar called Chaturangi, and it has ragas, and the presentation of the music is how it touches the soul. It was the most important part of it. But that was the release in 2023. We are releasing now in 2024 new album with my family only, called a Legacy. Legacy is where my daughter has sang, my son has played with me, my brother tabla player has played with me. So that Legacy tour, we are now in America. That's a tour album is called Legacy, and the tour is also called Legacy.
When will you be in Chicago?
We were in Chicago on 19th of September.
Mhm. And your so legacy is you have your family together with you and with the music. You said that your daughter is a jazz singer, so does she incorporate any jazz into her performance of this traditional
No,
Indian?
no.
Oh, mhm,
We don't mix together.
mhm,
When she sings with me in the pure Indian classical music, traditional music, she sings only traditionally. But when she works for the other orchestra or other ensemble or other collaboration, if it is jazz, she sings jazz.
You teach too? Where do you teach? And what kind of students do you have?
I have taught thousands of students in last 40 years or more, but mostly I taught them on road when I am traveling, or at home where I have a school, Bhattacharya School of Universal Music, the name of the school, where people comes from all over the world and study, and also they uh, learn from online classes, and local students learn on Sunday classes when I am at home.
So have you made the slide guitar a more popular instrument around the world because of your music?
Yeah, of course, because I have created my instrument. My instruments are not available in a guitar center or any branded store. It's my own creation. It is my extension. All the instruments I have created, Chaturangi, Anandi, Gandharvi, and Pushpavina, four instruments I have created. They are extension of my life and my musical thoughts. So I popularized Indian classical music a lot amongst the world, where people never seen an Indian person. They don't know how to what is Indian food, or what is Indian music. My journey is not just like a comfortable journey of you learn things, you uh, get a degree, you go to find a booker, then you go to a dress designer and make your dress and buy a fantastic instrument from a store and start touring. It's not my life. My life has started with zero. From zero, I have started a new, from ground zero, I have started new thing to to inspire myself, to inspire my family, my friends, my music lovers, and music lovers around the world, guitarists, Indian classical musicians. Everybody has been loved by my activity, and they also shared love with me on my work.
In
It's
other
a
words,
it's a it's a lifelong sacrificial work. You
in other
cannot you cannot have a regular life like 9 o'clock breakfast, 11 o'clock job, 5 o'clock music, 7 o'clock performance, 10 o'clock come home, watch TV 11 o'clock, go to bed 12 o'clock, wake up 6 o'clock, do exercise. That's a regular life cycle. I never had that.
So what did you have?
I wake up when I need to wake up. I go to sleep when I need to go to, when I finish my work. I eat when I stopped my practice. It can be 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. or it can be 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. So it's very difficult to understand by a normal life people how this happens. So it was very hard life in the beginning, but now I am always touring with my family. I have been taken care by people. My disciples are all over, so they take care of myself. So it's a little bit easier.
So the music, so the music that you play, and the music that you teach, uh, how does it how is it that you have to invent four different slide guitars uh, to help express the music? Why did you invent those four different slide guitars?
Because music, I see, is full of so many varieties. In one instrument, I can be playing for a life and can become a popular man playing only one instrument. But these four instruments I have created, designed, because I wanted to share the ideas of instrumental sound, different instrumental sound to the world.
So did you hear the sound in your head? You knew what you wanted to create before you created these different guitars?
Yes, yes.
Do you know where that the sound that you wanted to make came from?
Yeah, just like the newest instrument, Pushpa Veena, which is the first slide instrument. When you slide something on the strings, the instrument has skin on top. So this is not a regular wooden top guitar. This is the first time in the world a skin top instrument. So it is not easy for anyone to just think of making a furniture or a what is called, or a teapot that is already there. A furniture, you can make the furniture always you have seen or used. You can make another new design on a furniture. But this instrument I have created, a Pushpa Veena, it's not a furniture. It's not an instrument already existing. It's a first slide instrument with a hide on top.
Whose hide?
So hide means skin,
I
skin
know.
on top, goat skin,
Which kind of animal's skin, if you don't mind telling me?
goat skin, goat skin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
So it has a sound of 6 continents,
oh,
sound of banjo, sound of samishan, sound of oud, rabab, sarod, and gaigam.
6 different places. I'm not sure those names that you stated. Are those areas in India that you just stated?
No, I mean banjo from Africa,
Oh, okay, banjo. Okay, yes.
samishan from Japan.
Oh, oh. So in other words, your instrument combined all those sounds into that one slide guitar.
Yeah.
So did you so you heard people playing with those different instruments, and then you wanted to bring the sounds together?
Yes.
How hard was it for you to find the proper medium to bring the sound that you wanted?
It was magic. When magic happens, you don't need to work hard.
So you had to experiment with different mediums. Did you kind of already feel like some of those materials might
Yes.
be able
Yes.
to? Mhm.
Yes.
Because you've seen other instruments and how they created a certain
I
sound.
have created other instruments before. So yeah.
When you do you sell these instruments or do you
My students who learn from me, when they need an instrument, we make an instrument for them and sell it.
oh.
We have a website also where you can buy these instruments called debashishbhattacharya.com. myname.com. Yes.
When did you decide to start making instruments? When at what point in your career did you decide that it was time to make an
I
instrument?
was 15. I was 15 years old, like a schoolboy, when I made first Indian classical guitar called Chaturangi, 1978. And then I keep on developing it for 20 years, and then made another instrument called Gandharvi. And then in 2000, yeah, in 2000, I made the small little four-stringed slide guitar ukulele Anandi. And then 2018, after 18 years, I made the latest one, Pushpavina.
So right now you have so many different projects going on, and you're probably still composing. What is most enjoyable to you now with all that you are doing?
Okay, see, my parents, grandparents had so many talents. I do writing poetry. I do painting. I do composing. I do practicing music, creating instruments, recording, traveling, touring. All these things keep me awake and busy for whole life.
But so you enjoy all of it. Is there any one of these things that you enjoy the most?
My guitars and playing.
And what about your other works, your painting and your poetry? Where could our
That is my relaxation time.
oh, so our listeners are not able to find some samples of your work just to see how the other work relates to your music.
Those will be posted in my YouTube channel, Debashish Creations.
Okay.
They were,
You mean the
yes,
paintings and the writings?
yes.
Do you have any of your writings in audio? Do you read any of your
No, no.
would you consider that in the future? You have a beautiful voice.
Yes, of course.
If our
Thank you.
You're welcome. So again, if our listeners want to learn more about you, where should they go? And also please spell it for them as well. We will include
They,
them in the description of the video.
they can find my YouTube channel, Debashish Creations, and they can also find my website, debashishbhattacharya.com. They can find me in Instagram, Guitar Debashish, and Facebook page, Debashish Bhattacharya.
And your name, does that mean anything? Because a lot of times,
Debashish means God's blessings, And Bhattacharya is our family surname. Bhatta means the great, great knowledgeable guru is Bhatta. Great knowledgeable person is Bhatta, and Acharya means that great guru or teacher. So Bhattacharya is also a given surname by the kings during 15th, 16th century.
Well, Debashish, you are all of those things, and we are so honored to have interviewed with you. Thank you so much for joining us on WZRD, and much luck to you in the future.
Thank you, and I wish you all a great time ahead, all your listeners of this beautiful channel, and also good luck to you for your uh, life and your creative activity. Thank you for interviewing us. Namaskar. God bless you.
God bless you too.